take a look at a really easy song to play. But we're going to do a little bit of ear training and a little bit of working on playing it, picking out the melody. This is, of course, Bob Dylan's Positively 4th Street. Hopefully you recognize it from just that progression. Now what I want you to do first, before you even look at the next segment, because what I'm going to do in the next segment is play through it in a way that should be easy to figure out. But first I want you to go listen to it. If you don't have it, get it. Interesting thing about the song is it was never really on an album except his greatest hits in the United States here. It came out between Highway 61 and Blonde on Blonde and was just released in the summer of '65, late summer I think, September maybe, as a single. And but it's still one of his most popular tunes. Kind of a you know, criticizing somebody. You'll know what a drag it is to see you. Kind of the closing line. But typical of a lot of his songs, a fairly simple progression, only using chords in one key. However, the original key is a bit unusual, so I want you to see if you can figure out what key it's in. Then we'll talk about when you hear it in the next segment. We'll see what's different. So, and then we'll also talk about picking out the melody as a little chord solo. I'll demonstrate that one in the next segment too. So, just want to give you a short little intro, and I want you to go listen to it, get it in your head. You know, you've got a lot of nerve before you go on, and look at it. So in the next segment, I'll play through it, have your ears on, and then we'll talk about putting together a short and easy song, Positively 4th Street. Okay, back to the old music stand trick. Now, hopefully you figured out what key it was in. Did you find that note on your guitar or on the piano? That's the key of the original. And kind of the way I played it, but this is what he really played. Now that little riff should sound fairly familiar, or that little vamp kind of on, it's not a riff, but just a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Embellishment on a very common chord. Now this chord, think about the chords in that key. Listen. There it was. 2 lines, 8 measures, all chords in the same key. That first line, hopefully you're hearing that we're starting on a major chord. Now we're coming back to it at the end of the line. Positively 4th Street is a song that really lends itself well to picking out the melody, a little chord solo or chord melody arrangement. Typically it has so many verses, it's already pretty long, so you wouldn't necessarily throw this in a lot of times, but it wouldn't be bad for it to for one verse to go like this. So the thing we have to do is identify the melody notes, find out what notes we need to play in each measure, and then ways to focus our strumming down to get those as part of our pattern. Now that means sometimes we're going to hit maybe just bass notes, and other times we might try to hit just 1 or 2 strings to really bring out that little melody. So, okay, I hear 3 notes in that measure. And they would be an E, a D, and a B. And as long as you keep your hand moving, we hit bass notes on the first beat because that first melody note kicks in on the on beat 2. And then I just play those other notes all as quarter notes, all as downs. A big strum in there that gets the open E as the melody note. And then add the D with your 4th finger. Just keep your hand moving. Now we've got do-do-do when we get to the A minor. And we have a pickup note going into the next measure. hopefully been experimenting a little bit now with that, and I'll continue with the break it down measure by measure.